Hello, my name is Vernisha Jones, and I'm the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council, which is comprised of 15 youth, which has increasingly grown since last season. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is a concerned group of young people working together on the west side of Chicago to reduce underage drinking, substance abuse, and senseless violence. Our goal is to engage, enlighten, and empower young people into being the best they can be while working together to promote a safe and drug-free community. Our objectives are reducing the sale of alcohol and other substances to other young people, engaging others on ways to reduce violence and senseless killing in our community, and building and strengthening a community support system of young people working together to learn how to love and support each other. We believe at the West Garfield Park Youth Council we are the change we want to see. The topic for tonight is how can we unite more young people to put down the guns and pick up a book, while also working together to promote a safe and drug-free community? Our guest tonight is Reverend Walter Jones, Director of the Fathers Who Care and West Garfield Park Community Stakeholders. Reverend Jones is a man of God, community servant for social change, and we believe is committed to empowering our youth and future leaders. Would you like to tell our guests anything?
Tell them anything? Of course, I love to tell your guests things. First of all, I want to say thank you to CAN TV and to all of those who are watching tonight, and thank you and the council members for another opportunity to come on the show. And I'm hoping that this series of shows and you get young people would kind of gather, come back together and do the things that y'all been doing on previous shows, and that you guys would go ahead and get that information out there and empower other young people. I'm really, really proud of you young people. I think you young people are going through a lot in the city of Chicago, particularly on the west side of Chicago, and I'm thankful that you all are still true to the call of being who you all are and what you all do. And I know it can be challenging, but I like to encourage you all as one of those who advocate for young people to keep doing the good work that you're doing, because it's going to pay off. Anything worth having is worth working for, and I'm telling you, that's the right thing to do. People change, things change, but as long as you stay true and keep the foundation, you can continue to build. So thank you so very much again for allowing me to be on the show this evening to kick off you all season. And I want to thank Kiana and the rest of your group, Stephen, and all the rest of the folks for doing the work that you all are doing.
This evening, we would like to use this show to discuss how we can encourage young people and put down the guns and pick up a book.
Okay.
So I'm going to start off by asking you a couple of questions. We're going to get your opinion on them and get my opinion on them, and see if we have people in the audience that want to answer the questions also.
Okay. So what is it that you want to talk about? You want to break ground on some new things? So talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind.
Who are you and what is your purpose for existing?
I'm kind of glad you used that statement. I kind of echo stuff like that. And I think it's really personal when one think about who they are. And I'm one of them guys who really don't particularly like talking about who I am. I really like to talk about my purpose for existing, as far as why I do what I do, which is basically to empower the least of us. I feel that I was given a task in life to be called to do a certain work. I do it because it's my ministry. I do it because I love my people. I want to strengthen my people, and I'm really kind of taken back every time I look out and I see young people going astray. I see families broken. I see folks traumatized. That's what motivates me to do what I do. Who am I? I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a servant for social change. I'm a man on a mission. I believe that there's nothing too hard for me to do as long as I keep God in front and I do it with the right intention. I'm integrity driven. I love life and I love empowering young people. I don't have a personal life because every day I'm serving. I would love one of these days to get back into possibly having a personal life where I can do a lot of stuff I like doing. But right now I'm driven and taken with just trying to save lives and empower the least of us. So that's basically who am I and my purpose for existing.
So since you say you're a person of change, how can we as a group challenge more young people to put down the guns and pick up a book?
You know, I think that's real important. That question you just requested of me. How can we encourage more young people to put down the guns and pick up a book? Now that's what they call the $1,000,000 question. Trying to get people to change certain behaviors. But I believe I have the answer. Are you listening? I believe if we engage young folks in motivational things, if we engage young folk in things that stimulate their spirit, if we engage young folk in an environment and a nurturing environment where we respect what they say, we respect what they do, we respect who they are, I believe if we just give people an opportunity to grow, and if we just bring folks together and let them know that they're better than that, and teach them about their heritage and their history, and let them know that they are prince and princesses and that they come from a line and a lineage of folks way beyond their imagination, maybe they'll have more respect for themselves. I believe we can tell young people the greatness of who they are and what they are and where they come from. And if we continue to inspire and motivate and encourage young folks, I strongly believe, we can get young folks to put down the guns and pick up a book. You know, there was a saying, a guy used to tell me this back in the day. He said, if you want to keep anything from a group of people, particularly Afro-American people, he said, do what?
Put it in the book.
Put it in the book because they what?
Never read it.
They ain't going to go in it to read it. So I'm saying to you guys, you know, if you want to be the best that you can be, read as much as you can. If you can't read a lot every day, read a little bit every day. Read a little bit every day. Start with a small book. Take it to another book. Start with a flyer. Start with a brochure. Just read, read, read. Because, of course, the NAACP and others said that a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And I'm believing right now that with all of the opportunities that young people have today, it's a shame that you don't take advantage of it. It's a shame that we're losing so many of our young people to senseless violence today, as opposed to sitting back talking about these young folks who graduated with a doctor's degree, or this one graduated with a JD, or whatever. We're constantly talking about the plight of violence because, of course, it's infesting our community. It's real. But so is the fact that young folks, all young folks are not caught up in violence. You got a lot of young folks who are really trying to make it. You go to college. Kiana go to college. David, Monique, all of y'all go to college. So we have young folks who are doing positive things, but yet we don't get the same exposure to talk about the good stuff. So I'm saying to you, keep up the good work and keep accentuating the positiveness, and young folks going to eventually come back together. But we just got to, when they come back together, we got to involve them in some things that's going to help motivate them and encourage them and nurture them. Did that answer your question?
So listening to everything you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
why did you choose, why are you so passionate with working with youth and encouraging youth and empowering youth?
Look at yourself right now, and you'll see why. All right? You're a princess. You're destined for greatness. And my job is to make sure young folks like yourself have opportunities. I'm passionate about you all because you all are my future. I stand on the shoulders of those before me. You stand on my shoulders. You owe me just like I owe others to be the best that we can be. So that's why I'm so driven to try to keep you young folks focused, because the systems, so many systems out here are set up to destroy you, to keep you all lost, to keep you all in the darkness, like these cell phones. These cell phones, you know, the purpose of it is to connect with folks for emergency purposes, or, you know, to try to access information. But these cell phones got these young folks today so caught up you look like zombies, because you sit there on the cell phone and all your energy goes to a Facebook page, and now you can't even read outside a little passages, a little 2-3 words as opposed to a paragraph. So why am I passionate? I'm passionate because I'm talking about a generation of people. If we don't do something about, we're going to lose, because it's easy to go out there and do nothing. I'm telling people it's easy to do nothing, but it's worth it to do something, all right? So I'm going to encourage you all to keep doing what you're doing. You will see 10 years from now, when you come out of university somewhere with a PhD or something, or and then you out here empowering others, you'll see why I'm passionate, because you're going to be passionate too.
Why
you already got me all fired up and stuff in here. Go ahead, Doug.
Why should we unite to promote a safe and drug-free community?
Why should we unite to promote a safer? Listen, I think we living in a war zone. And I think folks are acting the way they're acting because they're literally out here holding down corners or calling themselves holding down corners. I think all of us should rally together as a community, make the phone calls to protect our own properties, because half of the times these folks are standing, loitering in deleterious sites, which is our property, and they're taking the property value down. So I'm saying I believe that people of faith, people of purpose should come together to rally to take back these streets, to rally to take back our babies. Now, I'm saying to you, we as parents should parent our own children, should police our own homes, should police our own community. I'm saying no, don't get me wrong. I think we should involve law enforcement in certain areas, but we shouldn't give law enforcement all that authority to raise our children, police our children, discipline our children. Why should we unite to promote a safe and drug-free community? Because drugs are running rapid in the community, and it wasn't by design. I'm saying it wasn't by happenstance. It's by design. If you want to keep a nation of people down, medicate them, intoxicate them. Keep them looking into a farce and not looking at the reality of life passing them by. I'm saying to you all, stay away from things that's taking your mind from reality and deal with things that's real. Okay, I'm feeling it.
So
today.
do you know any events or anything that's coming up where we can talk about, or where they're talking about different things that's going on in the city of Chicago? And we'll wait right before we take it. We could take this call, then we can get back to you telling the audience about anything that's coming up.
Can I share with them about the event we had last week or this week? Was it this week?
Yes.
This week, right?
Soon we take this call.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm excited.
Hello?
Thank you for calling. Your comment or question?
Yeah, so I wanted to bring a point. Minister Williams, Reverend Jones, how you doing?
I'm doing my best, and you?
And my point I wanted to make, former teacher educator that I've been, and work with the elementary schools. And one of the things at my school, we deal with the issue of our children coming from toxic, dysfunctional families.
Mm-hmm.
And in the area that I lived in, I did get a chance to live there, and I know some of the people in their homes. And that whole drug addiction, as these children are growing up in these kind of environments, so they're not really being taught a sense of their own self-worth, because the parents are not feeling good about themselves. They're doing drugs and are dysfunctional in their thinking. So my question to you and to her is, I feel that we, as people who have overcome and going through, should be a light unto the others as you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But as having a women's group like I have, I'm trying to encourage women to understand their right role. So this is my part in trying to help in the community. And for that young lady, I'm looking at her, and I'm wondering, how does she feel about who and what she is inside? I know you're mentoring her, but I want to ask her that question.
She says she would like to know from you, how do you feel about yourself inside? Is that correct, Minister Williams? Did you hear that? How do you feel about yourself inside? Inside of you. How do you feel about yourself?
Inside.
That's a hard question.
I don't know why it's hard. You know who you are. What is your purpose? Who are you? That's what she asked you. How do you feel about yourself? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel bad about yourself? Are you depressed? Are you traumatized? How do you feel about yourself? That was the question.
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's a hard question.
Oh. Well, she says she don't know how she feel about herself. I'm going to tell you, I feel good about you because you're striving. See, in this real world, grown-ups like ourselves, we've been asked that question before. We've been purged, we've been challenged, so we're kind of rooted in who we are and what we are and why we do what we do. Young people like yourselves, you all have to have that mindset to be always ready for whatever question may come. How do you feel about yourself? That's personal. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel good about how life is treating you? Do you feel good about life expectations? Do you feel good about what you plan to do in your life? That's the question. Now try it again.
I feel good at the moment because I'm in school trying to be something in life. Um, I just feel like I got a good life ahead of me
You do. And why is that? And how you know that?
because I'm in school and I'm trying to do something with my life.
And that's important. See, as long as you put forth the effort, as long as you keep striving, or as long as you keep pressing, as long as you keep reaching, the worst you can do is accomplish something. That's the worst. When you do nothing, you get nothing. Right? So as long as you live, you got a chance to make it. As long as you live, you got a chance to grow. As long as you live, you got a chance to build. As long as you live, you got opportunities. As long as you go to school and apply yourself, as long as you keep reading, as long as you keep studying, the Lord, the world is your oyster. Meaning, ain't nothing too hard for you because now you equipped with information. You got more and more and more, and knowledge is power. Do you understand me? Knowledge is power. Little knowledge, little power. No knowledge, no power. A lot of knowledge, a lot of power. You're watching the West Garfield Park Youth Council. The number here is 312-738-1060. Is that correct?
Yes.
And who are you?
Vernisha Jones, president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council.
Okay. You said you'll give me a chance to talk about an activity we did this week.
Can we take this next caller first?
Please, let's take the next caller.
Hello, caller. Question or comment?
Yes, Reverend, that was beautiful. I love it. Love it. What you did with her. As long as she's accomplishing something, she should feel good about herself. Thank you very much, young lady. Keep striving, and she's bringing forth that which is within you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. See, you never know when your turn is coming or when you're going to be called on, all right? Be ye always ready. Always ready. Because you never know. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You never know. But as long as you're striving, you can never fail. Nothing beats a sleeper.
What a dream.
What a dream. So listen, let me talk to you about, you said I could, no, and I like to, okay? Last Monday we did our big annual Anti-Violence and Substance Abuse Prevention Day, which brought out all of the likes of the congressmen, senators, commissioners, aldermen, the community sector partners. It was a wonderful event, well attended, over 200 plus people there. And we came together talking about the stigma associated with mental health. We talked about ways to reduce underage drinking and substance abuse, which you're talking about today. We talked about civic engagement, how we can come together to work together to empower our community. We talked about the importance in voting. And most importantly, we talked about the importance of being a mentor and mentoring other folks. See, life is not worth really very much if you don't empower if you don't do nothing with them. But if you don't empower somebody, I mean, the whole purpose of our existence when we are matriculating and get to these different levels, as we call ourselves these different titles, it's nothing but service. So I'm saying the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you know, the more you're supposed to be a blessing for somebody else. So the event that we did on Monday, I want to tell everyone thank you so much personally, and thank all of those folks who volunteer, and thank all those folks who came out to be a part of the event. And we want you to know we got another event coming up.
Can we get this card then because you can have a whole 5 minutes for your event?
Girl, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Whatever you say. Go ahead.
When I get in, you gotta turn it down.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a comment.
A comment, okay. So you had a comment.
I have a question for the a comment and a question. Okay, my comment is I wanted to speak on the event that took place. I believe it was Wednesday. What was that?
Monday.
Tuesday or Wednesday?
You was at the event on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. How did you enjoy it?
The event that was Monday. That event was awesome, and that's one of the ways we could make a difference. I enjoyed it. It was really a nice event, and it was an event that I feel like, the organization need to come up with more ways to get the youth out to see what's going on and to see what our people are doing to make a difference. Maybe if our youth see more events and more positivity in the people that's trying to make a difference, it might make a difference in the youth.
Okay. So the
I
question.
feel that way.
Were you finished?
Yes, I'm finished.
The question was that we was talking about today. How can we unite more young people? I believe it was to put down the guns and to pick up the books, while also working together to promote a safe and drug-free community. Was that right?
Yes.
And I like what you just alluded to, or that you referenced. If we continue to engage our young people in positive programming, after-school programming, nurturing program, providing warm environments, is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, and we agree with you wholeheartedly, and we think that's what's needed. I remember growing up back in the day, I used to go to the Off the Street Club. I used to go to Purcell Hall. We used to do skating, drum and bugle clubs. We used to call ourselves singers. So we did all of these things to empower ourselves, and our parents kept us in structured programming. I'm thinking, and I'm thankful to folks who are coming together talking about providing resources for after-school mentoring programs, for safety network programs, or team reach programs, or whatever program you got, or whatever activity that can generate some activities to keep these young folks off the street and actively involved in positive structured programming. I'm 100% for it by whomever do it, all right?
Exactly, I agree.
Thank you so much for your question,
Okay.
and thank you for your comment, and keep watching us. And we're gonna, can I say this, please?
Yes.
On Monday, October the 10th, we'll be facilitating a village conversation on city and state resources and monies. Where is the money? The city and the state is not broke. We'll be featuring Dr. Amara Enya and Jonathan Peck. And we'll be at the 4540 West Washington Boulevard at 6:00 p.m. That's Columbus Day, but we will be at the center on Columbus Day. I don't know what you're talking about. You got a holiday yourself on out here to 4540 West Washington, and let's talk about what we can do to empower each other. And where is the money? Where is the money? Why are we not providing the resources and the support to our young people to save these young folks' lives? I don't believe that the city is broke. I don't believe the county is broke. I don't believe the state is broke. I know that all of them is getting taxes because I know I'm paying taxes. So I just want to know, just like everybody else, we're going to have this conversation about what we can do together to create entrepreneurs, what we can do to find out where the resources are, and what we can do to work together to empower each other in the community.
So is it a number you can get them in case they have any questions or forget the information you need?
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. If you have questions and you need some additional information about what's going on with Fathers Who Care or the West Garfield Park community stakeholders, this is the Youth Council, of course, you can give us a call at 773-287-5821. 773-287-5821, or you can log on to Fathers Who Care, fatherswhocare.org, or you can go to Facebook, West Garfield Park Community Stakeholders, or you can go to Instagram, West Garfield Park Youth Council, or you can go to Twitter at West Garfield Park at Tumblr. No, this Twitter, WGP Stakeholders, or Tumblr at West Garfield Park Youth Council, or Pinterest at West Garfield Park. That was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so basically, I suggest that you just give us a call at Fathers Who Care at 773-287-5821. But if you want to go to social medias, go to the social media outlet, look up Fathers Who Care, look up Walter Jones, look up the West Garfield Park Youth Council, the stakeholders, or whomever. Let's just keep it moving. And I need to say to you that we're always looking for volunteers at Fathers Who Care to help empower these young people. These young people meet every Monday, do you? And we want to continue to help these young folks to do the work that they're doing, and also to show that we're accountable and transparent to our young folks. I just believe that our young people can't be what they can't see. So if we really want the best out of our young people, then we have to set the example. We got to be the example for our young people, so our young folks to know that the skies are the limit. I just believe that these young folks of the day, some of them, are doing a yeoman's job and staying positive and doing positive things, and we're not going to let that handful of young folks who don't want to do right destroy the rest of the young people who want to do right. So give us a call at Fathers Who Care at 773-287-5821. And then come on out and join us for a village discussion on where's the money, who got the money, the city, the state, the county, and what we can do collectively to empower our young folks. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
Thank you, everybody, for watching the West Garfield Park Youth Council, and we'll be back next week with a different topic, but still discussing youth concerns.
And thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.